Hi, welcome back to my podcast of Settlingin With Ese. Today I have a very special guest. She's somebody that I really admire. I just admire the way she carries herself. She has so much confidence, and I just want to ask her, like, just being here in a different environment from where you're used to. How have you managed, to come up with this courage to be, to do everything yourself? She does things seamlessly, and I don't know how. So I'm just going to hear from her. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Blessing.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me here, and thank you for all these nice words. Now I'm a little bit blushing from them, but okay. So let's start. I'm curious.
Can you please introduce yourself? Just tell us where you're from and when you moved to Belgium.
Okay, so my name is Victoria. I was born in Moscow, Russia, and I've moved to Belgium in 2012. So it's almost 11 years ago.
And how has the journey been?
So my journey started, let's tell, in 2011. I'm sorry, when I was still studying my bachelor in Moscow, and I was searching for international programs to do my MBA. And Belgium was one of the countries that I found among the list of the highest or best educations that you can receive. And after some searching, I found Koroleva for international MBA program, and I sent my documents, and here I am.
And how has it been so far? Like, was there like a difference in culture, or were there things that you were shocked when you got here? Did you find your way easy?
First of all, I find that local people, and your communication with them, it's a key. Okay. So maybe my situation is a little bit easier because I had my friends here already from my travel in Europe before. So I had a lot of help on such a basic bureaucratic things. Mm-hmm. So I didn't need to pay too much attention to these, or to, spend too much time finding out how I should pay my bills or finding about insurances. So actually basic things, but that play a big role. Mm. But cultural shock, I don't think I really had some shocks, because during studies I was always in this international environment, because it was studies in English. So all over the world people come here to study. And these first years were pretty easy, let's tell. Also because you're just a student, you don't have these problems of working and taking care completely about yourself. My parents were helping me hugely from Moscow. So it was just smooth ride for the first few years.
I know that you're a big family lady. Like I see you have so close bond to your parents and to your brother, and just being away from them. How has that been?
Okay, the day that I had to leave Moscow, that was really like drama. I was crying, my parents were crying, but again, that day we didn't think that she will be there forever. It will be for 2.5 years. I will come back to Moscow and find a great job, and everything will be okay. But also during those years, as a student, you have a lot of vacations, so I was always traveling back and forth without any problem. Or my parents were having a vacation and they will come here to me. So we missed for sure each other, but thanks to Moscow being so close to Belgium, and also thanks to WhatsApp and other social media, it was not such a big issue for us, let's tell like this.
Okay, I've never been to Moscow, but from the story you tell, like, it's a big city, like now that you're here, you're settled, you're married, you have a beautiful daughter, and now you're living in a small village, in a small community. How has that been?
Okay, that's indeed the second step of my integration to Belgium community. So after my studies here, I already had a boyfriend, and he asked if I would stay here to live with him. And I also found already a job here, so I take a chance and to try opportunity to see how it is to live in another country. And that was a big step that actually was the most difficult step in my life, let's tell, because indeed being a city girl, like my husband always called me, and come to live in a small village in the fields between the cows, it was a little bit challenging, because you are studying your whole life for something big. For everybody it can mean something else. Yeah. But for me it was always career and so on. And then sit in a beautiful house between beautiful people, but still in a village. It's like
In a very small town.
yeah. So it was challenging, but again, thanks to my then future husband and to his family, I felt me home. I felt me supportive, and also thanks to my first job here in Antwerp, I had a chance to go every day to bigger city, let's tell here, and to have my communication outside of a small town.
Okay. And so you never felt lonely?
Yeah, sure. We all feel lonely, even being married with the children sometimes. I mean, it's a story of a life, let's tell. But it was okay. I mean, sounds very strange now, okay. But there were days that I felt like, oh my God, what I'm doing actually. Let's go back to Moscow and have a fun over there and this great life back. But then I was thinking, I am, on my 21, 22, 23, I'm building my own life.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for my dreams, and there were better and worse days.
And I admire how you speak Dutch, like Netherlands, like you speak it so fluently, like you force me to like try and speak because I'm afraid I'm going to make mistake, but you don't care. So like, how was that process for you? And can you just take us through and like how did you navigate your way into like making it easy for you to speak it? And because I know for languages you're good with languages, and for someone who's also struggling, I just wanted to take us through that. Maybe you can help someone who is like, okay,
I see. For sure there is a difference for people who are easy with the languages, because I know sometimes people are better with the numbers than with communication. For me, communication was never a problem. Also, thanks for our English. I mean, it's international language. But when you live in a small town, it was a moment when I came to buy some grocery and a woman didn't understand me. So that was a switch in my head. Okay, I really have to, if I want to stay here, I should continue with integration on another level. But for me, I'm such a person, I will do it very quietly. I don't ask for help for anybody. Is it a plus or minus? Let's leave it behind. I learned it by myself from a television, because that's a big plus of Belgium. You have English TV with the subtitles, and because I learned German in school, I see how the sentences are built. So I learned it like this. Then after my studies, I did, I think, 4 months of language school in the evenings, but it was really basic, and I found it a little bit boring for me. So actually all my language come from my first work, where I've worked with all Belgian people, and they knew that I want to learn it, so they didn't give me any break. They really spoke with the accent, with their slang words, without trying to be slowlier or nicer to me. And that's the best school. That's why if I see that person like you want to learn a language, I always try to speak also, because that's the best practice. Mistakes, we all make mistakes. My husband makes mistakes in his own language. I mean, it doesn't matter. But after a certain point, I felt myself confident with my base, and then I started to speak with my family-in-law, and that was the best present. The eyes of my father-in-law and mother-in-law, when they understood, wow, she speaks really language, and I was like, yes, I did it. I can do it. And after that, you're already so easy with learning extra words. Once you have this base, it's building up every day, and still now.
It comes with having confidence, and because I see that you have so much confidence, and I admire. So how did you build so much confidence, like in yourself? Because it helps in every area of your life. Because if you don't have confidence, if you go to a new place, you'll be totally lost, It takes time for you to build.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I always said to my husband, take it or leave it. That's how I am. I don't know. Difficult question how I built it. I mean, I changed a lot once I came here. You're alone, only at 21. You have to grow up. And if you don't socialize with the people, if you don't push yourself forward, you will be lost in a different town, in a different country. So, I just tried to survive is the wrong word, because my life was always pretty smooth, but still trying to build the best. And being the best don't come from the sky. So, and again, wonderful people around you that support you, that gives you extra push that you just need on these difficult days.
Yeah, it's been nice. Like I love everything you've said so far, and I just want to say thank you for sharing. I know we still have more to talk about. We'll do that next time, but I just want to say thank you for sharing and thank you for coming on my podcast.
Thank you very much for inviting me,
Okay.
and success with your next guests.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.